So today I'm cooking chicken dumpling. So this recipe I learned from James' dad when he was still alive. And this pressure cooker that I use, it's belong to him. So we keep it and I like to use it also as a remembrance or memories from his dad. But when I tasted one before, when my first time taste it, I fell in love with it, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna cook it again." Just let that biscuit cook for a while. So every time I cook this one, I always remember James' dad. James busy working on the field right now. He's clearing and cutting all those weeds. So it's 8:30 in the evening here in Texas. And you see it there, James is still working, doing the overtime work, mowing and cleaning our property here.
Well, up here at Castillo Tires in Terrell, Texas, and getting my tractor tire repaired. It's on my dad's old farm tractor, and I had to work this wheel over yesterday. It was a pretty rusty old wheel, and we put a new tire and a tube on it here a while back, and it kept on pinching the tube because there was pitting and rusting inside that rim. So yesterday I had them to dismount it. I took it home, I power washed it really good, knocked away all the flaking, did a little grinding and buffing on it, and then I painted about 7 layers of primer and paint. And then the final thing I did is I took a can of that Flexi Seal rubberized coating and coated the whole inside of the wheel with that coating, and I went ahead and painted the outside of the wheel as well. And I tell you what, I pulled up here, they thought I went and bought a new rim. It looked so good, and I thought that Flexi Seal would be just the thing to be soft and also protect that tube in there. One final thing I did is I sprayed dry silicone over the top of that Flexi Seal when I was done, so the tube wouldn't bind to it when it was airing up, and that way it would allow the tube to spread out, flatten out in there, and not wad up or anything, grabbing rubber to rubber. Seems to work out great. Next thing I did is I've been having a leaking tire that Mike has been airing my tire up while we've been gone, and found a screw in it and got that fixed. Tell you what, this guy, wherever he went here, has been working so hard. I want to give him a tip, so I want to tip him $5, man. I tell you what, he's working in some heat here. I'd rather tip him than somebody sitting in the AC. All right, man. Hey, it's for you, Bubba. Take it easy, dude. Yeah, man, he has been working so hard and it is so hot. It's about 105 right now in Fahrenheit. Man, scorching heat. So, and then doing that dirty work on top of that. Well, let's got that done. Get my seatbelt on. Yesterday, I went to register my truck. So when I went down to register it, first she said that it was red flagging on her computer that I don't have insurance. But I do have insurance, and it's good till February of 2024. It's all paid in full. And she goes, well, the computer's flagging that you don't have insurance. So I pull it up on my phone on Geico. There it is, I have insurance. She had a like strange look on her face. She is a super nice lady. This lady named Lisa up at Kaufman County at the tax office there. Super nice lady, man. I tell you what, if you want somebody to give you good customer service, Lisa is the one, man. She is a happy person. She's a helpful person. She does her job so thorough. She is what you would call like the ultimate employee. And I tell her always, when I come in each year, that we just love her to death, man. A lot of people do. So kudos to you, Miss Lisa at Kaufman County Tax Office. And then she hit me next that I had delinquent property tax and I had to pay that with the state. And I said, no, I don't have no delinquent tax. And she did a print off and the numbers and the stuff didn't match. So I went home. I just said, she asked if I want to pay it right then. I said, no, something's not right here. I go home and I'll log in and check it out. And so it didn't match. And I got everything printed off and brought up there to her. And I was right. The system was all out of whack. It just was not giving correct data. So I had a 2 for 2 there. So I did print offs off the computer, brought them up there to her, and she got it handled. And I got my tax. But that's crazy, you know. They rely on these systems, and the systems aren't accurate. And then I told her that the printout she gave me didn't even cover all my properties, and she looked into that and goes, "It sure didn't. You know, there was more." I said, "Exactly. You didn't even have it all." And anyway, got that all taken care of. Just crazy though when I was looking on the Kaufman County CAD. When I was looking at property values around the area, absolutely insane how they have valued up some places all around me right there. Absolutely insane. Well, luckily for me, like, my homestead exemption brings mine way down, but they have it valued way higher than it should be, way higher. I guess that's great if you're looking to sell, but I'm not looking to sell. So she was telling me there that there's something coming up on the ballot, I guess in November, on property tax in the state of Texas, and she knows I'm gone a lot. She has such a good memory, I tell you. And she let me know to check that out, and if there's any way I could absentee vote or anything, to be looking at a means to doing that if I'm not going to be here. So definitely going to look into that. Any of you subscribers out there that know what's going on with the tax laws and all right now, comment down below. Here in the state of Texas, in the great state of Texas. I know many of my viewers are Texans and from all around the world. Our property taxes are pretty darn high here, and Governor Abbott is trying to do something about it, but he is meeting a lot of opposition. But you know, there's more people and more money moving in here than ever, and they have just raised the taxes so enormously that it's tough. It's tough to own something because you never really own it. I have a neighbor up the street. Hold on a second. There's this widow lady right up the street from us. She built this new home after her husband passed away from a heart attack on his little farm property he had out in the country. They lived in a city in a subdivision. And like I say, upon his passing, she built a brand new home right out in the middle of the pasture where he did enjoy just to watch deer and bale hay. Shows her perspective of things different than his. So, and what does an elder widow woman need a massive home for? I don't get that either. Now here, it's not the only one she owns, so it's the uber wealthy. But it affects our taxes all around us, because whatever something is valued in your proximity, they bring your values up according with it. And so it just starts driving everything up. Or her taxes on her house, including with her homestead exemption, which brings it way down. And then she'll get probably like an over 65 exemption as well, where they'll freeze it if you're over 65. It was still almost $26,000. That is crazy. But you know, I guess the wealthy, maybe that's no big deal to them, but all I can say is she'd been a whole lot richer not building that big old house at her age like he didn't do. And she would also be richer because she didn't give it away to property tax. Because what do you really need at that point in time? What do you need? You're not raising a family anymore. You're not raising kids and teenagers and young adults in the house. It's just her at an elder age. And she built literally a mansion. I don't understand it. But it drove the prices up for everyone around her as well. So we all have to pay a price for her bad decision.
Good morning. Let's have coffee. We're not that really sleep good last night because I think we're a little bit excited that Cap coming here today pick him up so early, like around 5 a.m. But I think his flight was delayed. So James looked on his phone that instead of 5 a.m. we're gonna fetch him around 11 a.m. So which is really good. So James alarm around 3:30, so we need to wake up so that we need to be drive there because it's still a long way to go in the airport. So when he find out that it is delay, he said that we go back sleep, but me I stay in the bed, but him he go down. He go down the living room, but I saw it right now that he was still sleeping, and I let him sleep for a while because James was not feeling good since 2 days ago. So feel sorry with him, poor James. So I just want to enjoy my coffee today and enjoy the morning here. And soon we'll be back in Philippines, and we're so happy about that. We are more life there in Philippines. There's more life here, but we love the energy there in Philippines. And staying so long here, James was really affected much for that because I affected also, but I can tolerate it, and I can endure. I can endure the boredom here. But James, I can see him that he was more stressed dealing here. Of course, there's a lot of things that need to be read. So I know for sure that he was not happy coming back here. And I'm with him. I feel him, And it is really different, our life here and there, in the Philippines. And if you want a peaceful life here, that you want your privacy, it is the place you want it. It is the place that you want more privacy because there's no any gossip neighbors or a gossip community. No karaoke and no a lot of noise, crying babies. So this is the place you want it. But like us, we want noise, but not too much.
About time. Yeah, man, what a journey, dude. What a journey, man. It's been crazy. It has. It's been crazy. I'm probably as tired as you are. Yeah. Because I set my alarm at 3 something to get up to come get you, and we didn't even go to bed to go upstairs till 11 something. Then we only laid in bed, so I had like this little maybe 2 hours that I rested. Woke up and I saw your message. I'm like,
Yeah,
man, I could have just slept the whole night.
I bet. I bet.
Well, we're spending our morning here taking apart all the dining room furniture here and disassembling these legs here right now. We're going to disassemble this hutch and ship all this to the Philippines. So got the leaf out of the table, taking all the sections of this table apart. And it should all pack down flat because, of course, this stuff's shipped to the U.S. and built overseas, and they pack it down for shipping. So it was already designed to be really packed down tight in cartons. This is not the chairs to it. This is some spare chairs we had. We've already disassembled the chairs, and Cap and I just been packing the metal frame part that looks kind of like this to the chairs down in some boxes outside. And Melinda and I had already packed other parts of those chairs in some other boxes that we've got loaded in a trailer preparing to go with. Yeah, that's right. Cap is here, and Cap is here helping me right now. And he's taking my truck right this minute to go up to the Texas Department of Public Safety, DPS, and get or file for a copy of his driver's license. He lost his license, lost his wallet before in the Philippines, and then he got pulled over there, and he didn't have a license. And he'd been trying to get a Philippine driver's license, but they wouldn't even have a 6-month extension on his visa. They wouldn't give it to him in Iloilo. He flew eventually to Manila. They still wouldn't give it to him. They told him he needed to exit the country and exit back in, and that he could get the 6-month extension right at the airport. So he didn't have his U.S. license to convert because it was lost, and he couldn't get a Philippine license because it needs that 6 months. So now he's here helping me, and then we're going to all fly back over together here shortly. And what he's going to do there then is up on entry to the Philippines at the port of entry, like in Manila, right then, right there, right what we'll call Johnny on the spot. You can request to get a 6-month extension right then. You need to do it right then at the airport. Don't leave the airport and come back. They can't do it. You got to do it right when they're doing it right then. Say, hey, before you stamp that, I want to do a 6-month extension right now. A file for a 6-month visa. So it's not really an extension because you went in visa free to start with for the first 30 days or whatever the current law is right now. But you say I want to go ahead and get a 6-month visa and get that right then. Well, then with that 6-month visa, you can go as a tourist to the LTO and get a Philippine driver's license. So he wants both. He wants the Philippine driver's license that he's already passed all the credentials for, but it's been a while. He'll probably have to do it again. And he wants to have his Texas driver's license there, both. So he's here getting his business taken care of. He had a little banking he wanted to do while he was here, get his new bank card. Help me. I paid for his ticket to come here for him to help me, and it helped him at the same time. So he's helping me get properties and stuff ready to sell, helping me pack all this stuff up, and just make it not so boring for James to do by himself. Well, the project continues on here, trying to pack up all of our dining room, except these chairs, they don't go. These are just some other chairs we had. So we took the hutch apart, we got all the back compacted down. Mel's been wrapping up some glasswares and stuff that she wants over there and packing it in boxes and putting it inside of it, so utilize that space. But Mel, this box is not allowing this door to close, and that's a problem. You got to fix that. Then this is our dining room table that we've got it compact down where we need to still fold these ends. It won't be quite this big, and finish wrapping it up. We're pretty close to having that done, and it has all of it, the whole legs, the table, the leaf, and some parts to that hutch there as well is all in here. And we made a plywood, as you can see right here, OSB plywood, top and bottom. They're on it with some spacers in the corners, and we put a moving quilt as well around all of it, and many layers of cardboard between everything. So it's gonna be pretty well protected. We need to finish banding it up, get it taped up really good. Well, Melinda and I have continued here wrapping our Christmas presents, And see, it says from Melinda to James, Merry Christmas. You get your same old table. So we got that done. It's all wrapped up. Looks pretty darn good.